Hello, this is Nana, and this is just a short video that I just decided that maybe I could talk about the podcasts that I like and maybe get a conversation started because there are those where I mean, if you don't know who the Grocery Girls are, then you probably aren't watching knitting podcasts, and if you don't know who Fruity Knitting is, you're probably not watching knitting podcasts. And if you're not watching Knitting Traditions, well, first of all, go. But I mean, they have lots and lots and lots of followings, and there's a podcast for everyone, and then there's everyone has their reasons for liking the podcast that they like. Podcasts that I necessarily find joyful for me may not be podcasts you find joyful for you. Of course, if you're watching me, who knows? I'm not a fan of a polished podcast. If it's real polished, I kind of don't relate because I am not a polished human being. There's nothing about my life that is polished. I can't imagine trying to set the perfect background and only being able to record in a specific place. I can't imagine putting makeup on to record. Trust me, if you see makeup, I'm sick. I'm bad sick because I don't wear makeup. I think my makeup in my bathroom might be close to 20 years old. It's definitely over 10 years old. Probably shouldn't even use it, but it's just old. And because I just don't wear it. Anyway, so I just thought for the next few weeks, maybe even for the rest of the year, I will just talk about a few podcasts each week and why I watch them. And in the comments below, maybe you can talk about or mention ones that you really like. Or I also set up a topic in Ravelry for podcasts that we like, and so put in the ones that you like. So just because they follow me and I follow them, and they've been really great about sharing me with their followers. Huge gratitude to Wild Cottage Knitting, who is Susan, and Recreational Knitting, who is Karen, and Barbara, who is Flame and Fiber, and Leslie, who is Not Quite Enough Yarn. All of them have been over the moon great to me. And also Happy Little Yarn. So I thought I would start there, although probably all of you watch all of them because you found me through them, but I just thought I would start there, and then next week I'll go into some other podcasts and we'll talk about what I enjoy about them, why I never miss them, or do I miss them? Because there are some that I don't watch every single podcast, but there are some that I never ever miss. So first of all, Barbara from Flame and Fiber, and Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn. The two of them during lockdown were a lifeline for me. And although at first they didn't know who I was at all, I felt like I was having a little visit with a friend, and I felt less isolated. And so I watch theirs because it feels like I'm sitting down and having a cup of tea with a friend. I also like to see what they're making or not making, or just how they're doing. It matters. I care about them. So it's like having a friend, a visit with a friend. And then the recreational knitting, and Susan with the wild cottage knitting. I love their makes, and I love that we get to see a little bit of where they're at. Recreational knitting has shown us lots of places around the country on her travels, and now she's back in Florida, and we still get to see a little bit of Florida. And that's really nice, especially when you want to travel but you're not able to at the moment. It feels that way. And Leslie from Not Quite Enough Distance, or Not Quite Enough Yarn, has done that as well. And I really, really appreciate those videos where you're getting to see not just their makes but where they're at. And in that, if it ever gets to be less than 100 degrees outside, we're hoping to do that for y'all on our channel. And then Happy Little Yarn, I just really like her as a person. I kind of wish I was there and could hang out with her. She's in just South Georgia. I think she's in South Georgia. And I was never down near Valdosta, but I lived in Warner Robins for too long. Anyway, I miss the food. I do. Georgia has some really good food, in my opinion. Great fresh fruit and vegetables. The peaches, I miss them. They're so good. But anyway, so I really like her visit, and I found her through, why can I not think of her name? 72 Stitches. Why is it not coming to me? Anyway, I watch her every single Monday morning. I start my week off. If I don't get my fix of that video before I clock in Monday morning, I have a very rough Monday. I have come to depend on that little visit as a way to just start my day out with happiness and joy and brightness. So I really, really enjoy that. So as an overall, why do I watch those podcasts, or any podcast? I watch podcasts because it feels like a visit with a friend. I prefer ones where it feels like we're sitting down and just chatting. Not so much the ones that are more like a presentation, which bums me because I feel like what we're doing right now is more of a presentation than a visit, and I would prefer it to be more like a visit, more like we're visiting with you. That's what I would like. Maybe it comes off that way, I don't know. Anyhow, but that brings me a lot of happiness to be able to turn on the YouTube and pick up and catch up with a friend. Yeah, so in the comments, I would love to hear, why do you watch podcasts? What do you want out of them? Do you prefer the polished ones? If you do, I'm sorry, because that's I fail in that area. Or do you like the ones that are more real and just being themselves? And what do you like and what don't you like? Would love to know. Anyway, and if you have podcasts that you want to recommend, absolutely put them in the notes below, or go to Ravelry and add to the thread. I would really love to see that just become this lifting everybody up, because it's really not competition. It's not. It's, we're all here and we can all support each other and all lift each other up. Anyway, hope you have a great day, and thanks for popping in. Bye.